This park has free admission, crazy dark rides, and one of the best wooden coasters in the world. Come with us to Knoebels in Elysburg, PA, where there are clown benches, coaster hills that go straight up, and concession stands shaped like lemons. This place offers a perfect mix of old and new attractions. It's pay per ride, however you can get a wristband for the day. It offers veterans and those on active duty free ride vouchers that can be redeemed once a year. We start at the front of the park and rode Impulse. This takes you up a 90-degree vertical hill, through a cobra roll, and then through a vertical loop. This vertical loop mixes modern and classic design. This loop is more round than oval shaped, making it similar to the loops seen in the coasters in the early 1900s, and unlike the oval loops seen today on the modern coasters. This ride just straight out looks intimidating, but ran smooth and fast. We then went over to Phoenix, which is a 76-year-old coaster and still rated as one of the top wooden coasters in the world. It originally operated under the name Rocket at Playland Park in San Antonio, Texas. Knoebels acquired it in 1985 and moved it to their park. Before moving it, they realized there were no blueprints, so each individual board had to be numbered and cataloged on site. I couldn't imagine how long that took. What makes this coaster so good are the restraints, or lack thereof. It only goes down so far, leaving several inches between you and the bar. Depending on the seat, your entire body experiences floater or ejector airtime without the feeling of being strapped down. This is a very, very rare sensation you barely get on modern coasters. We had a lot of fun on this and recommend the back seat for more thrills. We then went on Flying Turns, which is the only wooden bobsled coaster in the world. These were common in the 1920s, and Knoebels wanted to bring back that classic wooden feel, even though it would have been easier to build a steel version, like that seen on the old Avalanche run at Cedar Point. After years of trial and error, which included correcting the issues with the original wheels, this was open to the public in 2013. This offers a classic feel with a modern twist. It's incredibly fun, safe, wild, and every coaster enthusiast needs to get on this thing at least once. We then went to Twister, which Knoebels built as a complete recreation of the 1965 coaster Mr. Twister, which operated at Elysburg Gardens in Denver, Colorado until 1994. Knoebels wanted to move the original, however, it was too beat up after sitting dormant for 5 years. So they built their own version. They slightly modified the layout to fit the space that they had. This ride is more intense than Phoenix. It features a double helix that loops around the entire station. We determined that we could have ridden this thing all day long. It was that fun. We then went on Giant Log Flume, which cools you off but doesn't get you completely soaked. I give it a dry shoe rating of 8 out of 10. We then went to the indoor coaster Black Diamond, which gives you a spooky, mysterious ride through the Pennsylvania mines, where you'll meet some really interesting characters. This ride originally opened in 1960 at Maury's Pier in New Jersey. It ended operation in 1999 and sat unused for 10 years. Knoebels purchased it just days before it was supposed to be demolished, and I'm glad they did. This was enjoyable, and it's one of a kind. We then went to Haunted Mansion, which celebrated its 50th anniversary last year. This haunted attraction has been cared for and it shows. It's filled with jump scares and fun and mystery around every corner. It takes your picture at the perfect moment and you can buy it afterwards. We then took a train ride on Old Smoky, rode the drop tower, met a new friend, and took in the view of the park from the scenic skyway. This park has so many other rides and attractions that we didn't get to go on, but I will say they have something for the entire family, old and young. This park started off as a swimming hole under a bridge for locals, and that swimming hole over the years has turned into a 900,000-gallon crystal pool that's fed by the refreshing mountain stream waters nearby. They have some of the best amusement park food and desserts you can find, yet they still encourage guests to pack a cooler and enjoy a family meal in one of their many shaded picnic areas. It is very clear that Knoebels is ran by a group of hardworking, nostalgic coaster enthusiasts who care more about the guest experience than making a big profit. The park is severely flooded time and time again since its opening, and each time it does, they repair and rebuild. The Knoebels family has proven that in the world of giant amusement park chains, small family-owned parks can not only exist, but have world-class rides and flourish. I hope it stays in their family for generations to come, and we will definitely be back.